Every so often we get the privilege of catching up with peeps who are very, very talented in the music industry. And he's popped by to say hi and play us a new jam. Singer, songwriter, producer, dad, husband, all of the above. And all-around nice guy. Can play a little basketball too. He'll tell you all about that. Ooh. Mr. Vince Harder. Good morning.
Good morning, bro. What an intro. Jeez.
How are you, bro?
Yeah, good. Thank you for having me. When it comes to talent in New Zealand, I think it's just more about how do we get them out there, because we've got so much. But the platforms are, far and few between sometimes,
I guess it's hard in terms of, in one way, it's become so much easier for people to make music, right? Mm-hmm. In terms of technology and recording at home, and you can set up a pretty decent sort of setup in your own house where you want to make beats, you want to do anything, right? You can do a lot of that. But then now that that's so easy and there's so many people able to do that, it's like it's a lot more crowded in terms of what's out there. So how do you cut through or find any way for people to find you?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. It is saturated. There are a lot of young talent really trying to utilize, online, putting their music up on TikTok and Instagram and all the rest. But I think personally, I feel like nothing really beats a live audience and having a platform where you're able to perform to people, having people in front of you, because that is the test and the measure of someone's gift in terms of how they can really react to a crowd and really open themselves up to that and be vulnerable in that way, because being in front of the camera, you can record yourself as many times as you like and do as many takes as you like, but man, nothing like live. And so that's why I love stage. I love seeing young talent on stage and seeing them perform and really putting it out there that way.
It's no surprise really then, so many, well-known musicians and artists and stuff around New Zealand often grew up in the church. You notice that? Because you get that literally weekly exposure, especially if you go to a smaller church. You always, if you can play the guitar, you're in the worship team. So you do get a lot of this kind of experience of playing live a lot. And, obviously in that environment, but that transfers over quite a bit for a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. What was the question?
That was just a comment.
That was a great statement.
Church is a great platform for a whole lot of these artists to come through. But then, what I find interesting about church being a really good platform is that a lot of these great singers, because I've seen some really great singers, they don't push on.
Yeah, I mean...
Personal choice?
Possibly. I can't really put it down to anything, but I feel like the ones that do end up, I guess, evolving or coming from, worship leading or platform to wanting to be, I guess, part of the industry and putting out their own music, it has to really come from themselves and be, I guess, their own calling, something that they feel they're called to, something they feel that they want to express in terms of their own creativity and where I guess, God's leading them in that pathway. So, I guess for, the young guys that are on stage or on platform right now and, serving every Sunday and whatever other days that happen, for church, man, just, you've got to just search within yourself and know if that's, the path for you.
Well, you've been in the game for a little bit now, and, we all know that you're a singer. Now you're branching out into producing, songwriting, all of the above. You're a husband, you're a dad.
Yeah.
How do you juggle all that?
I don't really juggle as much, man. I'm terrible at juggling life. I just have to really give a shout out to my wife because she's the one that does all the work, man.
She's too good, bro.
She does everything, man. I just try and look cool. Man.
But it is busy.
It is. There's a lot that goes on. I mean, yeah. For me, this year, I've done a bit of traveling. I do a lot of over in Aussie, I perform with Guy Sebastian a lot, and touring is huge. When it comes to those gigs. And then even earlier this year I went to the US to go film this new single, the video from this new single. And I took my daughter with me. She's 17 now, and she had the best time. It was kind of like a work / trip, tourist trip for her, and cool. I got to experience that with her, which was amazing. But I guess for me as an artist, it's just really trying to progress and keep putting music out there, keep doing what I love, really. I still enjoy it. There's days where I don't, but then for the days that I do enjoy it, I really, it's just I have that passion, but I also try and stay disciplined in it because, part of it is, a big part of it is you got to be disciplined in what you're doing.
You just were speaking a minute ago about discipline. right, with being in the music industry and keeping yourself going and pushing it. Is that quite a hard thing to try and figure out for yourself in terms of like, you know, if you're a creative person or you're an artist of some sort, you often have no one who's forcing you to produce your next thing or piece or song or whatever. It's kind of up to you to make yourself get to that point. Like it's easy to be like, oh, it just inspiration hasn't struck me enough to come out with something or whatever. How do you sort of get yourself into that place of discipline?
I guess for me, I really have to find something to say. You know, I guess, you know, I've got to know within myself that I've got something to share. And I guess it comes from that for me. Sometimes it can hit me in different ways. Like I'll hear a conversation or I'll be a part of a conversation where someone will say something, it'll just strike, you know, like, oh, that really, you know, that really hit me. So I, you know, want to go and mull over that idea and then turn it into a song. But yeah, I think that the whole discipline side of things is the reason why I say discipline is because like, for me, like if I'm not disciplined in being able to continually put out music, then I can't feed my family. You know, like I've got to, that's my job. That's my full-time job right now. That's part of the reason why. But also, I think in the discipline, there's a lot of beauty in that, and that you can really find, you know, not just the passion, but you know, there's a lot of love in that. The whole principle of really practicing and putting it out there. You know, keep putting music out. But it's just something that you've got to do as an artist. You've got, you know, if that's a life that you want to go through, you've got to find a way to find some sort of discipline in yourself to do that. You know?
Before we play your brand new song, which I'm glad you gave it to Life FM to be the first to play.
Yes, I did. Absolutely. Yeah! Absolutely.
All right, put you on the spot there. You talked about, you know, you have your good times, but you also go through some lows. And every time I see you, man, there's always a nice vibe. You're always a healthy, happy vibe. But I know that's not always the case with people, you know. You're a busy man. You're juggling a whole lot of things. So how do you cope with those downtimes?
Oh, man.
Bad times.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think definitely the good times, they show out in the front. Like a lot of people, you only see, you know, at face value how things look. But, you know, I think in those quiet times, you know, like where things are low for me, like I really have to call upon, you know, my own faith, my family. You know, family is a huge support for me. You know, my wife, she's my best friend. I talk about her a lot. I mean, we both support each other in that, but I feel like she does that for me a lot more. But I definitely have to, I guess the same thing, find discipline, find strength, and just know that I have to have like a really solid foundation in my faith and my prayer life to really know where I'm at, you know, and to bring myself up again, because it gets hard. Like there's moments where I just don't want to sing. I don't want to write. I don't want to, you know, contact people, you know, and it's very common for artists to feel that way. And even like, you know, being on stage sometimes, like you can go on stage and, you know, everyone expects you to be this amazing performer or be, you know, just so used to being on a platform. But you can have moments of anxiety where it can be like, oh, shucks, I haven't done this in a long time, you know. Everyone sees you on stage and think, oh, they do this all the time. But it's actually, you know, it can actually hit you sometimes where you're like, oh, this is freaky, you know. This can get freaky. But just knowing, for me, knowing who I am, where I come from, who God is to me, my faith, and just continually pray. Like for me, I have a huge, you know, prayer life where, like, even like in the car on the way to wherever I'm going, I just pray. I full on pray because I feel like that's like one of the best ways that I can be able to communicate where I'm at in my relationship with God, and also where I'm at in life as well. And man, always comes through.
Thanks for sharing that, Vincey. Appreciate that, bro. Apparently you're shooting the video. You have shot the video in the States.
Yep, shot it in the States. I went to a few different places in LA. I actually went downtown LA, went to Joshua Tree, even went to Skid Row, which was it was awesome to kind of see and experience. Pretty deep, but it was awesome.
How good is Joshua Tree National Park? I've been there.
Man, amazing. It was hot. It's really hot. Like when I went out there, I was like, man, I don't know, like, I was trying not to look sweaty, you know? Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you do a video? Like, I don't know how I did that.
Well, what made you? Is it your call to go shoot it in the States?
Yeah,
is it where the song draws you to go? Could you not shoot it here?
Man, why you ask deep questions like that? Far out.
What do you mean, can you not shoot it here?
Well, I was thinking,
you could, but why would you?
You know, have you seen this
don't
guy's
know.
got flash videos, man? You got
Yeah,
flash
you know what?
videos,
People
bro.
want to watch the video. They don't want to be like, oh yeah, that's down in my local dairy. Like you
But
don't want
don't
to be
you?
filming outside. You got to make it look good. You got to go somewhere.
Are you saying our country's not cool?
No, I'm just saying people have seen our country sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes, yeah.
Not every part of it, but
Was there something in your head that said, I need to go here to shoot this sort of thing?
You know what? Like, specifically Joshua Tree, like, even out, like, some of those parts there, that they just look really cool.
Yeah.
I just thought, like, man, I'd be mad to one day, you know, shoot a video out there. And I thought that day was the day.
hey, you don't need to answer questions to him, mate.
Thanks, man.
You
Like, I
do your
appreciate it.
video
I'm just getting
wherever you
bullied
want.
over here, you know? Like,
Whoa! There's criticisms,
just getting
man.
cornered. And I'm bully's the wrong
Do you
word.
say that to Do you say that to Peter Jackson when he tries to film somewhere cool?
Well, Pete,
Why don't you just film that down the road? There's trees over there.
I can't wait to see the video. Is it out now? Is it out now?
It is out now. You can go
Okay.
to my website, vinceharder.com, and check it out there. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I'm going to sing an old school song. I thought this song I love. It's called What's Going On. Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. Yeah. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. Yeah, you know we gotta find a way to bring some love in here today. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate, 'cause war is not the answer. Only love, yeah, can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way, yeah, to bring some loving, hey, here today. Picket lines, brother, picket signs, sister. Don't punish me, brother. Brutality, yeah, just talk to me so you can see, yeah, what's going on. Yeah, 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 what's going on? I wanna know what's going on. Yeah, yeah, mother, mother, mother. Everybody's saying that we're wrong, but who are they to judge us? Yeah, simply because our hair is long. Yeah. You know, we got to find a way to bring some loving, hey, here today. Picket lines, brother, picket signs. Come on, don't punish me with brutality, sister. Just talk to me so you can see, yeah, what's going on. What's going on? I wanna know what's going on. Yeah, what's going on? 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 Tell me what's going on.